Next is your characteristics of an instrument. Characteristics is nothing but you have to know the performance. So the performance characteristics of an instrument are mainly divided into two types. You're going to know the performance of an instrument. So only you can able to use an instrument in an effective manner. So we are going to study about the characteristics of an instrument. It is divided into two types. One is the static characteristics and the other one is the dynamic characteristics. First you're going to see about, first is this one static, dynamic, and the next we are going to see about static characteristics. Static characteristics, the set of criteria defined for the instrument which are used to measure the quantities which are slowly varying with time. This is very important. Static characters means that characteristics slowly vary with time or mostly constant. That is, do not vary with time. That is called static. Static means it will not vary with time. That is known as static, and it is divided into desirable and undesirable. Desirable characteristics. Desirable character is what we have to do. What we want to achieve is known as desirable. Undesirable means you have to avoid it. So in desirable characteristics you are having accuracy, sensitivity, repeatability and producibility. The next one is undesirable characteristics, means what we should not, means what we have to avoid is drift, dead zone, threshold, hysteresis, creep, resolution. And another static error is there. So first we are going to see about accuracy. Accuracy, it is the degree of the closeness with which the reading approaches the true value of the quantity to be measured. What we are going to measure exactly, whether it is reaching there or not, that is known as accuracy. The accuracy can be expressed as follows. The first one is point accuracy. Such accuracy is specified at only one particular point of the scale. It does not give any information about the accuracy at any other point on the scale. Point means only at that point, particular point, it will give the value. If suppose you are going to take a thermometer, only in one particular point it will give that particular value. Before and after, it's not that much value. So one particular point only it will give that value. And the next one is accuracy as percentage of scale span. When an instrument has uniform scale, its accuracy may be expressed in terms of percentage of range. If the scale is uniform, it is not changing, means you can tell in terms of percentage. Accuracy was this much percentage, like that. Then accuracy as percentage of true value. The best way to conceive the idea of accuracy is to specify it in terms of the true value of the quantity being measured. In all these three types, true value measurement is maximum used and it is effective. And next is regarding your precision. Precision is, it is a measure of the consistency or repeatability. That is, given a fixed value of a quantity, precision is a measure of the degree of agreement within a group of measurements. In the sense, how long it can able to go for that particular point. If I am telling my measurement, any instrument you are going to take it, if my thermometer is going to measure 100 degrees centigrade at one particular point, precision means if I am going to do it again also, it is going to show 100 degree for that particular temperature or not, or it's showing any deviations, that is known as precision. Again, this precision is composed of two characteristics. One is conformity and the other one is number of significance. Conformity is nothing but consider a resistor having true value as this much, which is being measured by an ohmmeter. You are going to measure an resistor of ohmmeter this much value, but the reader can read consistently a value as 2.4 mega ohm. This much value a user, he will not tell, or he or she will not tell. They'll just round it off and tell us 2.4 mega ohm. Due to the non-availability of proper scale, the error created due to the limitation of the scale reading is a precision error. So if it is going to be, see, I have to tell like this, means this whole value I have to take, then only my reading is correct, right? But we will not use this much readings, means we will not tell it. You will tell us 2.4 mega ohm. Fine. So an error is created because of that. That is known as your precision error. The next one is number of significant figures. The precision of the measurement is obtained from the number of significant figures in which reading is expressed. The significant figures convey the actual information about the magnitude and the measurement precision of the quantity. So this is the mathematically it is expressed like this. In the sense what they are telling here is, if suppose you're going to take a resistor value, they'll be giving plus or minus 10 percentage. If it is having 100 ohms, my resistor value is 100 ohms and tolerance of 10 percentage. Plus or minus 10 percentage is what? If it can able to show 110 ohm also, and it can able to show 90 ohm also, that is known as my tolerance. No, those numbers, that 90 ohm, that 100 ohm and 110 ohm, these are the significant values. These are the significant, the number of significant values is that one. Significant figures are those. Okay, hope you are understanding what I am telling. So mathematically how it can be expressed is by this formula. So if you're going to see here, this is the diagram for your accuracy and as well as your precision. Here if you're going to see high accuracy, high precision, accuracy is where exactly? Then low accuracy but high precision. Accuracy means I want all my outputs here. Precision is here. So it is having a high precision but it's showing low accuracy. The next one is low accuracy and low precision. I am not going to have proper accuracy also, and I am not going to have proper precision also. So by this diagram I think you can able to understand what is accuracy and precision. So next is your sensitivity. Sensitivity. The sensitivity denotes the smallest change in the measured variable to which the instrument responds. If my instrument is going to sense a very small change also, for that also it should give an output. That is known as sensitivity. It is defined as a ratio of the change in the output of an instrument to a change in the value of the quantity to be measured. That's what. If you're going to measure something, for a very small change also, it should show the output. Okay. So if you're going to see, this is the graph for that one. Infinitesimal. Infinitesimal means a very small change. So very small change also. See, we're going to see from here to here a very small change will be there. No, that for that also my instrument has to give the output. That is known as your sensitivity, and this is going to be your formula. Q naught is nothing but your output. I is nothing but your input. Okay, then. Thus, if the calibration curve is linear, the sensitivity of the instrument is the slope of calibration curve. So, if you're going to see in this diagram, if this is going to be linear, means my output also will be linear. Means whenever my input changes, my output also will be changing. Then, if the calibration curve is not linear, then the sensitivity varies with input. So, we're going to see here, it's not linear here, right? So, again my sensitivity will be changed. Sensitivity will be changed. Inverse sensitivity or deflection factor is defined as the reciprocal of the sensitivity. So, inverse sensitivity is nothing but the reciprocal of your sensitivity. Inverse sensitivity is also defined as deflection factor. And next is your linearity. The linearity is defined as the ability to reproduce the input characteristic symmetrically and linearly. The curve shows the actual calibration curve and idealized straight line. See, if you're going to see it, this is your linear. Now, this is your linear curve, right? Graph. This is ideal case. Fine. Excuse me. This is ideal case. But practically, if you're going to see, you'll be having some deviations. No. This is your linear and this is your practical, means actual curve. So this maximum deviations are there. This is ideal curve. This maximum deviations is there. So that also we have to calculate. Means how much it is deviated, that should be known. So non-linearity is maximum deviation of output from the idealized line divided by your full scale reading. So if you're going to measure this one, and you're going to check, you'll be getting a non-linearity value. Linearity means how much you're going to change. Means if input is going to be changed, according to that your output should be changed.